So hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley. If you're new, welcome. If you've been to my channel before, welcome back. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. So this video is going to be like another mixed video. Um, but first, where I actually left off was my last previous video about Walmart. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. That video was about Walmart. Um, so the last video that I uploaded about that was part two. So I have some more updates for you guys. I'm gonna update you about that, and then I'm gonna tell you some new things, that's going on that I need to talk about. All right, so Walmart. So I had the first interview that day. Then they had me come back the next day for another interview with the hiring manager, whatever you want to call them. All right, everything went fine, whatever. They wanted to offer me the position for cashier. Fine, okay. The pay wasn't that great, but I was gonna take it anyway. So, before you even go on any interviews, when you apply for the application, you have assessments that you have to do. I'm not sure if all the assessments are the same. I believe it depends on what position you're applying for. The position I was applying for, cashier, it had four like breakdowns of the assessment. So after the second interview, I didn't hear anything. So I said, okay, you know what, let me call. So I called, and she was like, oh, you didn't pass one of the assessments or whatever. So I was like, okay, so what do I need to do to fix that? And she was like, oh, well, the way that Walmart is, if you fail a certain part of the assessment, you can't take it again till a certain amount of time. So I said, okay, well, when can I retake it? Oh, you can't retake it to January. I said, what? I said, but at the time it was a month, we was in the month of July, we're in the month of August now, but I said, what? I said, we're in the month of July. I said, so you telling me August, September, October, November, December, January, I have to wait 6 months just to take some little test? I was like, oh, she was like, yeah. She's like, I'm sorry. She was like, that's just how Walmart is. She was like, even like the head managers can't go in and fix it. She was like, it's just a Walmart thing, so that's how it is. So I was like, okay. I was like, I just wanted to make sure, that what you was telling me was accurate. I said, because when you told me on the phone, I was like, you wasn't telling me what part of the assessment that I failed. So she showed me an assessment on the computer. And what I could say, they don't really follow up with you well. All right, boom. All right, so I'm like, okay, Walmart didn't work out. So Target is hiring. So Target is hiring, and like a lot of places where I'm at now, because I'm not in my main area of New Jersey right now. I'm further down in New Jersey, down like on the turnpike. So this part of New Jersey that I'm in, like a lot of areas is hiring. So you know me, like, all right, Walmart didn't work out. Okay, it didn't work out for a reason. So after that, I applied to Target. I applied to Dollar General, Rite Aid, and a whole bunch of other places. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait or whatever. So I was applying. So I was like, whatever job called me first, I'm gonna take it. So the first job that ended up calling me was Target. I did the application on Target. Target.com's as careers. You have to make an account. Make the account. It's just basic information for the application. Basic information, just like your name, address, where you live at, your previous job history, and I think it actually for my social, I think for social, and just basic stuff. I don't remember. I didn't have to take an assessment. I think it does depend on what type of position you're applying for. Um, I didn't have to take an assessment, but so I think it depends on what you're applying for. I'm not sure about cashiers if you have to take assessment too. I'm not really sure. So the position that I applied for, I didn't have to do assessment, a test, or nothing. I just did the application or whatever, and then it says, if we interested, we'll contact you. So 4 days, I think it was 3 or 4 days later, they called me and was like, "Hi, you gonna set up an interview?" I said, "Okay." She said Friday, which is today, at 9 o'clock. So I was like, "Okay." So got up, got dressed, and The Target that I applied to was only um 10 minutes away from me. So I was like, yo, that's even better. So I get there and then I walk in and I was a little well, first they tell you, when you go to the customer service and say you got an interview, they take you to the back. This Target is under construction, so they, trying to make things new and stuff like that, which was cool. So when I first got into their break area, I was a little discouraged because when I walked in there, it was like maybe like 7 or 8 more people that was set up for an interview. So it wasn't a group interview, it was just that they was doing multiple interviews in that day. So I was a little discouraged because I'm like, I don't know. So I'm waiting, so I waited maybe like 10 minutes. So the guy called me and he said the first thing was, tell me about yourself. So I said, told him a little bit about myself and then he told me a little bit about himself, his background, who he is, stuff like that, and what he does at Target, which is cool. And then it came to questions. So what I can say before I say anything else, that is very, 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 it's a good thing that you should, look up interview questions, do review videos and stuff like that because it helped me out. So he asked me about 5 to 6 questions about, okay, I'm gonna try to remember the questions because that interview was at 9 o'clock this morning. And now, what I could say, the interview was about an hour long, like an hour and 15 minutes long. But that included more stuff. Just bear with me because I'm getting sleepy. Because I've been up since like 7 this morning, so I'm getting sleepy. So, he asked me, um, he asked me, have you ever had like a disagreement with your employee, like with your coworker, and what did you do? Then he asked me, if a customer is upset, what do you do? He asked me, have you ever went like out of your way to satisfy a customer? And I don't remember the other 2 questions. Um, oh, then he asked me, was there ever a time where you and you and a team of other employees had to accomplish a goal within a deadline? Like, how did y'all get it done? So those are basically the questions he asked me, and then after that, like he just asked me if I had any questions, and so I asked him, of course, about the uniform. I asked him like, what are their like how long is like their seasonal. I asked him like he told me it's like I asked him like about like their what do you call that? Like their probation period. There you go, probation period. Um, I believe he told me is 90 days. His probation period is 90 days. Um, he told me the seasonal is till January. Um, what else? Oh, I asked him like, is that like what exactly I be doing and stuff like that. Um, I asked him like how we go with orientation, like how that work and stuff like that. And then I said, well, like what's the next process after this? He was like, he was like, you got the job. He was like, you hired. He was like, there's no, he was like, no. He was like, I'm gonna give you an offer today. So I was just so happy. Like, I was so happy because, like, sometimes, like, when somebody is interviewing you, you can't really tell how much they really like you. Cause, like, he seemed cool. He seemed real cool, but, his facial expression wasn't, like, the best all the time. Um, and I did stumble on one of the questions, but I can't remember which one that was. Um, but I would definitely tell you to use your previous, like, whatever jobs you put on your application to apply for Target. I would definitely try to use try to use those jobs that you put on your applications as ways to answer them questions because that's what he went by. I told him he was like, why would you be why Target? And I was like, because I love shopping at Target. I said, and my favorite color is red, even though it's really not. But just to answer the question, because I couldn't think of nothing else. And yeah, so I would definitely say when you answering those questions, use your previous jobs as experience. Even if you gotta make up something, do what you gotta do. Because I know some of them I had to just make up, you know, from the top of my head, just using those jobs. Because honestly, they don't call your previous jobs. Like he didn't even ask me what happened at those previous jobs. Um, so I would definitely just say, to just use your previous jobs to help you answer those questions. So yeah, so he was like, "We gonna offer you the job," and I was like, "For real?" It's like, "Yeah." So, um, like most likely, if you end up going back to the room, or he says part two of the interview, that means you got the job. So then he was like, it's nice meeting you. So then he told me to go back in the waiting room, and then the hiring manager, whatever you want to call her, I think her name is Tia. She I went to her office, and then she was like, I'm glad that you're part of the team. Welcome to Target. And she was like, we're gonna give you an offer. Do you accept? And I was like, I accept. And then she said, well, the background check is already in the process. It's already being started. And then she told me, she was like, you have the account that you created to make the application. She was like, you gotta go back in there and click the link to accept the offer. So she told me I had 12 hours to accept that offer. And I was like, okay, I accept. And she told me orientation should be fast. So I was like, all right. So everybody in there was real nice, real sweet. Even the employees that was in the waiting room, they was like telling us, like some pointers, and she was telling us about the job, like how she really liked the job and stuff like that. So, um, you know, I'm just hoping that that the process is really fast. I'm hoping that sorry, I'm watching TV and talking to y'all. So yeah, the employees was real nice that worked there. She was like, it's a really good job. She was like, I don't be stressing out and stuff like that. And she has 6 kids, so she was like, it's a really good job. She was like, don't go based upon what people have said to you about working with Target. She was like, you go based upon your experience. We working for Target, but I'm definitely gonna update y'all on, cause oh yeah, cause sorry, backtrack. So she told me to, when I get home, she said, you gotta log back in. She said, it's gonna be a link that you click to accept the offer. So I tried to do it as soon as I get home. It wasn't there. So I called Target, and she was like, you gotta give it, she was like, try it like at 2 o'clock or whatever. She was like, you gotta give the system time to update it or whatever. So she was like, you just gotta give it time. She's like, but if it don't be up there, she said, just call us back. So I tried it when I got home. It wasn't updated yet. So I'm gonna definitely wait like another hour and see what happened. But I'll definitely be updating you guys on what's going on. So look for it for that update. If you have any questions, you want to know anything, put it down below. If you want to know, just put it down below. Ask any questions you want to ask. You guys have a good day. Like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.